In this video, we are going to see how to send registration details of WebinarKit to WhatsApp. So let's say you're using WebinarKit as an auto webinar solution and you want that every time there is a new registrant, this person should be shared the brochure or the details of your webinar on WhatsApp. So here you can do this by integrating these two applications. How can you do this? By using Pabbly Connect software. Here your trigger application would be WebinarKit and your action application would be WhatsApp. So now how you can actually do this yourself? To understand this, let me take you to my screen. So let us begin with the process. The first thing that we have to do is we have to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we click on enter, it will take us to the landing page of this software. Here on the right hand side you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, you can simply sign in. If you are a new user, then you will have to sign up for free. Now here at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks and this will not take more than 2 minutes. Now since I'm an existing user, I'm simply going to sign in. And once done, it has taken me to the all apps page. Since we are doing this integration using Pabbly Connect software, I'm quickly going to click on access now, and now we have reached the dashboard of the application. On the right hand side you can see create workflow, so I'm going to click on this tab and a dialog box appears which is asking us to name this workflow. Here I want that every time there is a new registration on WebinarKit, so this particular message should be sent to my registrant through WhatsApp. So here I'm going to name it as WebinarKit to WhatsApp integration. And now let's click on create. So once done, now we have reached this window which has got two very important events, trigger and action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger says when this happens, and action says do this. Action is basically the response of the trigger. So what will be my trigger application here? It would be WebinarKit. So let's click on WebinarKit here. And then finally, we have to select the trigger event. Trigger event is the event that will make your workflow start to work. So here it will be new webinar registration. So once done, here we have received a webhook URL which will make us connect Pabbly Connect and WebinarKit. Basically, it acts as a bridge here. So I'm going to copy this down and then we have to follow the following steps so that we can set up this connection. So going to my WebinarKit account, I have already logged in and these are the webinars that I have created. You can create your own webinar by clicking on new webinar tab. So if I take you down here, so here you can see webinar WhatsApp. So this is the webinar that I have created. Let me just show you this once. So here you can see that you can always add a webinar video, and if I click on next, so you have the details. So here the name of the webinar is Webinar WhatsApp. The title is How to Stay Positive. This is a 1.5 hours duration thing. And then we have a presenter. Here you can see just-in-time sessions have been enabled. The date is 29th of August 2022. The time is 12 p.m. and that is it. If I go and click on next, here you can design your registration page as well. So here I'm going to go to other, and if I scroll down, here you can see webhook. So I'm going to click on this, go back to Pabbly Connect, copy this webhook URL, go back here and paste this. So once done, let's scroll down, click on save and then click on complete. So once we have done this, you can see that the webinar has been updated. So I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect here, and here you can see that it is waiting for webhook response. What does this mean? That now we have to do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. So for this, I'm going to go back to webinar, and as I go to webinar WhatsApp, let's click on this drop down, click on get links and then click on registration link. Here you can see that this is the registration page. Let's click on register now and fill in this information. So let's say the first name is dummy, last name is name. Then the email address is dummy@pabblydudes.com. And then I'm going to change this to India. And then we have this phone number and this is our webinar name. Click on register now. So as soon as we have done that, going back to Pabbly Connect, here you can see that we have received the API response. Now once we have received this, I have to send this information to my registrant on WhatsApp. So I'm going to choose my next application as WhatsApp Cloud API. And then the action event would be send template message. Let's click on connect. And now here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with WhatsApp Cloud API account. For this, we will have to click on add new connection. And here you can see that we have to get this information so that this connection can be set up. Now to receive this information, we are going to go to Meta for Developers page, and here we are going to go to My Apps. I have already created a few apps here. You can create your own app by clicking on this Create App tab. Now let's click on My Connect Message app, and as I do that, so it will take me to another page where on the left hand side I can see WhatsApp. I'm going to click on this and click on Getting Started. As soon as I do this, so this page will appear which will have three information that we need. So here you can see that we have got the temporary access token, then the phone number ID and WhatsApp business account ID. Now one very important thing that you have to keep in your mind is this is just a temporary access token, and if you create your workflow using this token, your workflow will expire in 23 hours, which means it will stop to work after the day. So you will have to create your permanent access token, which can be created using the dedicated video given in the description box. You can follow it step by step and it would be very easy for you. Now here, since I'm just doing a test run, I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste it here. Then again I'm going to go here, phone number ID, and I'm going to paste it here. And finally I need the WhatsApp business account ID, and then here it is pasted. Click on save to set up this connection. And as soon as I do that, here you can see that Pabbly Connect and WhatsApp Cloud API are totally integrated, connected. Now here you can see that we need the name of the template. What is this template basically? So whenever I have to keep sending messages to my clients, or I need a pre-written message so that I do not have to write the message again and again. This message where you can just keep changing the name or the product name is known as a template. Now to understand this template, I'm going to go back to Meta for Developers page. And here the step 2 says to create your own message template, click here. So let's click here. And here you can see that I already have created a lot of templates, and you can create your own template by clicking on create message template. Please understand this, that whenever you create a message template, it takes a few minutes to get approved. So please have that patience and wait for it. Now here I'm going to look for the template that I've already created, which is send brochure final. So what do I want? I want that every time there is a new registrant, this brochure along with the message should be shared with the person on WhatsApp. So here you can see I have got a document PDF file, and then we have the body. So here in the body, the message is hello, and then the name will come. Thank you for showing your interest in. Now the name of the webinar would come. One of our team members will contact you shortly. So if in case, this is like where you need some kind of help, you can always get connected with the team members. Meanwhile, you can check our brochure, which we have attached with this message, where you can find all the services which we offer. So this is just a webinar, and through this webinar, you can understand the different services that we offer, and also through the brochure. For more details, you can visit our website, and this is the website. Thank you. Regards. Now, this is how your message will look on WhatsApp. So there will be a PDF file, and this is how your message will look. Now we are going to go back to Pabbly Connect, and let's find send brochure final. Let's select this as our template. As soon as we do that, next thing is we have to write the recipient's mobile number. So I'm going to write a random number now. Remember that it has to be written with the country code. So I'm writing the number now. So once done, now header document URL. This is very important. For this, I'm going to take you to my WooCommerce library, and here is this astrology PDF. I'm going to copy the URL to clipboard, and then I'm going to paste it here. So once done, now the name. So let's say the name is how to stay positive. And then if I come down, we have to map the name. So here we have the name. Then we have to map the name of the webinar. So this is the webinar's name. And then we have to map the email ID of the company or the people who are arranging this webinar. So here I'm going to write it. So let's say it is www. So it is Pabbly Connect at pabblytuts.com, because this is going to remain the same. Now let's click on save and send test request. So as I click on save and send test request, this is the response that we have received. And here you can see that we have received a message on WhatsApp where we have the file, the brochure, and we have the same message. Now we have to check if this integration works in real time as well. For that, I'm going to quickly go back to webinar and fill in another registration form. And here I'm going to click on register now. The first name, let's say, is testing123. And then the surname is testing. Email address is testing123@pabblytuts.com. Going to change this to India, and this is the phone number. This is the name of the webinar. Let's click on register now. As soon as I've done that, here you can see that we have received another WhatsApp message. Basically, this means that the integration process is a success and you do not have to set up this process again. This is just a one-time setup. I'm going to quickly take you back to Pabbly Connect and show you the entire process. This is just a two-step process where your trigger application was WebinarKit and your trigger event was new webinar registration. Your action application was WhatsApp Cloud API and the event was send template message. I hope you do not have any doubts. If you have any doubt, you can refer to this workflow. It is given in the video description. You can also clone this workflow and start to process immediately. I hope this was helpful. To watch more such videos, you can always subscribe to our channel, which is there on YouTube. If you have any queries, you can write to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you want to know our pricing plans, then you can visit us at this particular site. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe if you have liked this video.